didn't ask. I don't know. I don't know. Something happened.
Oh, whoa. Hey, look at that. Look at that.
Look at that handsome fucker.
That was StreamYard's fault.
It was not us.
Nothing to do with us.
Traffic was extremely high.
Yeah. It took me a long time to get here.
No, that traffic.
Oh, okay.
Ass traffic.
Ass traffic?
Yeah.
That you in a gay bar?
Nope. That's not where that's going.
Well, you know what you should do? Well, you know what you should do? Well, you know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I am fucking appalled.
I like that name better.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fucking appalled.
I'm just fucking appalled.
How you doing?
Doing all right, man. I'm tired. We had lead out and lead into a festival build for Outside Lands, genius name. Festival, some glowing lip things, which I had a video of, but whatever. It went good. It got late. We did it. It's out the door, and then just trying to pick up more clients and see how many jobs are going to force me to take it in the shorts. So why not? And then I'm here. How you doing?
Good, man. Had a good week. Did some more writing, which 3 weeks in a row. Last night I popped my country alt country cherry. Went to a show at the Echo and who was that? Echo Park?
Yeah. No.
And went to go see a bunch of country bands. One of my buddies, he's going to be a guest next month. Kyle Wyman from Wyman and the Wolves invited me. They're good. And got to see his band, full band, and they were absolutely amazing. I had actually a really good time. It was weird. I've never seen that many cowboy hats in one place. Where
Sassafras is kind of like that a little bit with 6-string guillotine.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I guess so, but I didn't really notice it much because we had a bunch of friends there that night, and
you might have been
tossed. And, but yeah, last night was pretty good. I got to meet a lot of cool people. Leslie Stevens, her band is phenomenal. Her drummer plays acoustic guitar, plays drums, tambourine, backing vocals that were so haunting.
Yeah,
harmonies and oohs and ahs, but just the way they mixed her, it was just, dude, it was a phenomenal night. I'm glad I went. Drink a lot of Bush Light.
Oh god,
I bought one drink, a Twisted Tea, which that's my go-to.
Yeah, diabetes tea, $10.
17.
Whoa, for just a tea?
A fucking
for 24 or 16?
Yeah, 24.
Oh, fuck that.
But $17 I paid for that. I bought one on the way home at 7-Eleven, which was $5. So
and even that's
really
expensive. They should be really $2.99.
But it's been the last 3 weeks I have been really good. And just enjoying music a lot.
There you
go. This week actually I've really delved into listening to our guests band, the Street Dogs, and
it's so good.
It is, man. It just reminds me of being a kid. The first time listening to punk rock, and I've just recently, a lot longer than I have.
Why? Yeah, 2 weeks.
But it's just a really cool guy, and it took us 3 months to actually nail him to come in tonight.
It was quite that long, but it wasn't an easy task.
No,
he's the most humble musician.
He's nervous. He's stretching right now.
He's doing yoga. He's snorting yogurt.
He's a Dodger fan. Just hit a home run.
Oh God.
But let's get him in, and then we'll do our new game. Let me preface with the last 2 weeks we've been doing the pick threes.
Yeah.
And Tuesdays, when I get up, I post it on our social media so other people can, you choose yours. Last week we got well over 50 from both of Instagram and Facebook, and people there was one guy, I can't remember who it was. I'm choosing Battalion of Saints is all three.
Nice.
Battalion of Saints. I think it was Robert from Big Rob from South
I love that guy.
He's like Tilt Wheel and Olive Lawn. That's all I need.
That's all you need.
I was like, I really?
I throw fluff in there though. I mean, come on.
and just there was one guy who was like, Dead Lazlo plays Battalion of Saints, and I can't remember what the third one was. Like, dude, Dead Lazlo plays from LA, and he's like, oh, well, you guys played down there, so that's good enough.
We got Scott Hewley saying hey. You can read? No, you can't read.
I can't read that.
Not at all.
Just
Your
saying, hey.
ABZs?
Huh?
Huh?
What? Do I have any disease? Is that what you say?
No, not even kinda.
But we've been. I really like that people are playing along with it, and
Yeah.
it's good to have people feel like they're part of the show. Which I want more people to feel like that. That our show's not just about us; it's about you guys as well. We really like the comments, but I know a lot of people don't watch us live; they watch us during the week, but you can still play along now.
You can still smell the love.
Yeah. Smell the glove.
Oh no.
Wasn't that a Spinal Tap record?
Yeah.
Smell the glove.
Oh man. Oh, we got a Saldinger in too.
Here and start talking shit.
Oh god.
Paul Rucker, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I love the shirt, by the way.
The most humble drummer of all time, I think.
Oh, thank you. Oh
No. Yeah. See, that was just not so much.
Oh,
How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing well.
I haven't seen you in like 4 whole days.
It's been about that, yeah. It's but those days when we were working were compressed
Dude.
and expanded. So every day felt like Groundhog Day, but it went so quickly.
You can't remember what day it actually is anymore. It's like, is it still Sunday?
No, it was 18 days in a row.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid for
that was like just me coming in.
Oh man.
But anyway.
18 days of working with him?
Basically, yeah.
I was here. I wasn't on the same project full time though.
Oh, that's why you're still saying
Eric stuff. Yeah.
All right, let's get that pick 3 up. And today's the Oi Bands edition.
Ooh, all right.
Let's see. Pick 3. I'll go first. I love Oxymoron. That band, I don't know why, but they just always been one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
That Life's a Bitch song is just one of my absolute favorites. I love The Business, good friends of mine. Oxbar, not a fan.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't mind listening to them, but it's one of those bands that I'm not gonna like put on.
Oh, I would.
Like it's not a go-to.
We've gotten to play shows with them over the years. We just played with them their last shows in New York City.
New York City.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. It was awesome. Actually, we played a bunch of shows with them, and they're super really nice guys. They're just, I think that was their last time coming over here, is what they were saying.
Yeah.
So the place we played at was amazing, and they printed out these hard tickets and like really cool flyers for the whole thing, and give them a plaque on the wall. And Sting was up there. Not that it's just that was like the caliber of.
Did you guys have tantric sex?
No, thank God.
This time?
Not this time. No. But they did have 3 pinball machines in the. They had like a whole downstairs bunker.
Wow.
For the backstage, it was one of the coolest. It was like Red Rocks, like
that
scale.
What venue was that?
It was the Paramount in Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, apparently
it's amazing stage. It was old theater, and it was a pleasure to play with those guys. And I don't really listen to much of this stuff. And that was like, I know Coxbar. So sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Blitz. I grew up listening to those guys as a teenager. The Addicts. I got to, be Monkey's drummer in Monkey's Midlife Crisis. Yeah. Always been a fucking Addicts fan. UK Subs. I got to play drums with those guys. The Mac Lads. I did a tribute record. We recorded one of their songs, Sweaty Betty. You ever heard of the Mac Lads? They're English band, and all their songs are just like nasty.
It's pretty obscure.
Yeah. Sham 69, another great band. Toy Dolls, brilliant band.
Yeah.
And then Crime Wave. I added those guys because I was a fan of the band before
I fired you.
I joined. So, but I was lucky enough to be in that band. So my 3, I'm gonna go Business, Mac Lads, and Toy Dolls.
Ugh.
I'm gonna go Oxymoron. Okay, oxymoron, business, McLeod's.
It's hard not to be really kind of atypical about it because
Yeah.
normally it'd be like business, cockspar, and sham.
Mm,
But I mean, toy dolls, dude. I love toy dolls.
yes.
I really fucking love them.
All right, what's your pick?
Cockspar, UK subs, and toy dolls.
There you go.
All
Those are the ones I've ever had.
All right. This actually
any
brings up a
contact with,
really
yeah.
interesting question, too. There's a lot of bands that are on that line, like Buzzcocks. People are like, oh, it's an Oi band. I'm like, was it? You know, what are your thoughts on that one? I don't even fucking
I'd say
care.
no. Yeah.
Okay.
Buzzcocks are like seminal punk, you know.
Yeah,
They were almost one of the first pop punk
I would say that too. I would
Yeah.
say that too. That definitely
for British pop.
influenced
Yeah,
a lot of the
you know.
bands to be more melodic.
Sure.
I would say. But I've actually have the next 5 weeks. I've prepared pick threes. I'm really having fun with this, and and I love that people are joining in, and then it's a good way to start the evening off to open up little rabbit holes of what we can talk about. Especially you, like, dude, like
You're 6,000 bands.
That's not even all of them.
Yeah.
These are the ones that all did records or like have stuff documenting them, you know.
that you've been in.
Yeah, and I was in a bunch of other bands that never did anything. And like, there's a band called Free Hot Dogs, and we played one show, and we gave out free hot dogs, and it was great. And it was designed to be disposable.
Thing? Hello, hello.
Am I talking too loud?
No, I want to pull down the.
Okay.
He wants to see his own face again.
Yes. See, now I'm in the
You
picture.
feel better now?
I don't.
Now that I see
I
myself.
feel
Now it's a little too
little-
much. Yeah. I think we could scale that back a little bit.
Now look at that handsome devil right there in the middle.
You look at it.
middle.
I can't see you through your tauntaun
So
beard.
yeah, all these bands, all there's documents of like recorded somewhere.
I told you earlier that we've been doing this for 3 years, and I don't think I've ever gotten messages pre-guest. It's always post, like, oh dude, that was a great interview and stuff. But this week, I've gotten 4 messages from drummers that I know excited about tonight's interview, which is fucking that's
Why? That's so weird, man.
No, it's not.
Listening, like, again, this week I've really dove into listening to Street Dogs, and your drumming. It's just, dude, I love it. It's inspiring. It makes you feel good. Like when I listen
It's a lot
to
of fun to play. Yeah.
you're a brilliant drummer. First of all,
Well,
it's like
thank you.
It's an honor sitting next to someone who's who's got talent. instead of-
Yeah.
we got
Except for
beat.
your mirror. Your mirror.
Well, I mean, doing the Street Dog stuff was kind of, late in my world of doing stuff. I had moved out here like after 30 and just sat around, playing with whoever I could in town, and nothing was happening. So moved from Colorado to Los Angeles to join a band from Boston, which makes total sense. Right?
Yeah.
But I got to play a lot of Joe Soroyce, the guy from the Boss Tones, great guy, really. Hey, Joe. I took over for him, and he had been doing it for 2 or 3 years. So like I got to somewhat emulate him and like learn all the songs that he played on, and got to hang out with him a couple of times. And then he eventually came and started working at E, where I worked at for years. And so it was kind of like we traded. It was weird. But so they had a good start. He was a great drummer, still is. And they put me on the road for 5 or 6 years, and that was great. Got to do all kinds of cool shit. Went to Europe plenty, Japan twice, once with Fog and Molly, which was awesome.
You did the cruise too, right?
We just did the cruise last year. Yeah. And I got to do that twice in a row. Once with Band-Aid Brigade, and then with Street Dogs, which is, by the way, pretty an amazing thing. I'd never been on a cruise ship before, and I was like, oh, that's got to be one of the worst experiences ever, and turned out to be awesome. It's it's
alcohol 24 hours.
Oh my god.
you can
For
drink.
24
Everything's free.
hours.
Like
Yeah.
you can eat and drink, and you just show them your room key. And like if you're a band, like they pay for the whole thing, and they pay you on top of it, and it's just an insane.
Did they
Deal.
offer like a free liver with
I mean, some people take everything to extreme, but like
Yeah.
you have to play 2 or 3 times usually. So you got to keep it together somewhat. Yeah, and I can't, especially with Street Dogs. Like, there's no way I could play that stuff, even if I have a beer. Like, I got to be sober because it's so intense. And then we play the first, there's almost no breaks in the sets with those guys. And
that to me,
4 in a row, right out the gate, the fastest songs, no breaks, is just like
I
trying to kill me.
I love bands who just go up on stage, say hello. I went to go see All one time at the Glass House,
Right.
and Chad goes, "Hi, we're All." They played
That was it.
12 songs, and then good night. That was
Wow.
it. He never interacted, which at first I was kind of offended. Like, I want
Sure.
to hear him talk. There was no. But then you thinking back on it, like, dude, that was fucking pro. Like, when you can do 12 songs in a row, no breaks, no like, no ding, ding, no tuning up, just bam, 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 just go for it, play your shit and walk
That's
off.
intense though. As a performer, that's got to be really intense.
Well, I mean, that's why you catch me doing yoga and stuff like that. It takes me like an hour to warm up before these shows, like especially now.
Yeah.
We just got back from doing Europe like 2 weeks with the Bomb Squad, which is basically Street Dogs with Mike and Rick Barton, the original guitar player for Dropkick Murphys. And we've been doing the Do or Die record front to back for about a year or so. And then
that's an intense record anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we did it. They just asked me to do it because I'm in the Street Dogs, so it was an easy. And I was, of course, yeah. And then but I wasn't, I hadn't listened to it since it came out, basically, because it wasn't, in my wheelhouse or whatever. So it took me a little bit to wrap my brain around the whole, 1999 or whatever again. And I don't know, we're having a great time doing that stuff. And but yeah, it's intense. Like, it's a workout.
Well, let's go back to the beginning then. Like, how old were you when you discovered, punk rock, and what was that band? Punk rock was definitely All and Descendants. Wow.
But which is crazy because they moved to Colorado and
right as you moved here.
No, they moved there when I was in college, and they moved to the college town of all places in Fort Collins and started the Blasting Room. They took the money that they got from Interscope to build a studio instead of rent studio time.
Yeah.
And they did all their decisions that way. It was like, instead of wasting all this, stuff on a tour bus or whatever, we'll make our own. And they bought 2 box trucks and turned one into the crew truck, and had all the gear. And then one was a band truck. Both of them had 6 bunks. And when we were in Drag the River, we inherited one, and it was just
magic.
It was the worst decision for everyone, I think, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But no, I started playing when I was like 11. Took lessons, had a practice pad for 2 or 3 years, till my parents realized I wasn't just joking, and mowed a lot of lawns and bought a drum set. And like, parents paid for half, and was taking jazz lessons from this college guy, and I didn't really know how to play rock and roll or anything like that.
Hitting a lot harder.
Yeah,
Did
I mean,
you
I
learn
was just doing
traditional or
ding
overhand?
ding ding ding. He taught me to do traditional, and
Okay.
taught me both
Really?
at the same time. So I can do it, but I'm not, clearly it's just, there's not enough. I can't do it with enough power. Like Stuart Copeland is like an anomaly.
Yeah.
But,
What's that other guy? The guy plays for Styx. Todd
Sukerman.
Yeah, Sukerman. That guy, he plays traditional as well. And
Crazy.
that guy can fucking hit.
Yeah. You do it right, you can do it, but
And we've had a lot of talks about music, and like you're kind of like me and Gizz both are kind of all over the place, like influence wise, and then like what was your earliest like inspiration music wise?
Iron Maiden was my first.
That was like
rock
your
band.
first like not even rock band, but just
But,
like
As a drummer, was it Clive Burr or Nico McBrain?
I mean, it's like, you know, which of your kids that I don't have is your favorite? You know, it's like I love Paul Di'Anno, but I love Bruce Dickinson. I love Clive, and I love, you know, Nico's another anomaly. Like there's no one like him at all.
I love that he plays barefoot.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a barefoot drummer?
I can do it, but like I don't have somebody setting up a wall of drums in front of me too, making sure that there's no glass on the ground.
When I was in the Freeze, it's the only band that I ever played barefoot to.
Yeah.
And the only reason it was because when I joined the band, it was the middle of summer.
Sure.
We were in the San Fernando Valley recording and rehearsing for, you know, this record I had to do, and then the tour for coming up. And it was so hot in the studio that my socks and my shoes were getting soaked.
Sure.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take off my shoes and socks. And then for the recording, I played barefoot. And then we went on tour. I was like, dude, I can't wear shoes. This doesn't feel right.
Man.
And those European stages are so filthy.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's why.
Yeah. So I took slides, you know, slippers.
Sure.
Yeah. And I would walk on stage, kick them off to both sides, and then when I was done, put them back on.
Right. I would always get, you know, a weird callus or whatever if I tried to play barefoot too much. And some of the DW ones, the 500s, like they'll cut into your foot if you're not careful. So, yeah.
I can't do anything
information.
fucking barefoot.
Right.
What kind of kit was your first kit that you bought?
Silver Sparkle Ludwig.
Ooh,
Yeah.
it
was weird. It was on sale. It was used. Bobby's Music in Denver. But it had it was a weird configuration. It had like a triple tom thing. So it was like, and it was 70s, you know, like
triple tom?
Yeah. Like I could never figure out how to make it work, because it was normally you have like, if you have two toms on the kick, like they're just right there. And then it was either like you try and space them out where there's three across, and it just never really got that way. Or you had one up here, like
the triangle.
Yeah, like a weird triangle, like none of it. And I wanted to use them all because I wanted to be an Iron Maiden, you know. But, yeah, it was weird.
I remember
it was beautiful though. I wish I had to sell it to buy my next drum set.
One of my first kits was 3 toms as well.
Yeah.
And I always saw drummers put right above their hi-hat. But my hi-hat, I'm kind of like Dave Grohl, who plays the hi-hat to the you can't.
It's taller than
he
he
is.
is.
Sure.
You know? Was that?
It's taller than you are.
Like even Wall, our mutual friend Wall,
Right.
he's just like, dude, how do you play it that high? I can't play it low, you know. It's
Just
just
the handcuffs.
yeah. I never heard it that way, but yeah, it feels like you're in handcuffs. But I just just that whole.
Oh yeah, that makes okay. Now the handcuffs, that actually makes some sense for your spaced out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't until I watched Bill Stevenson play, like, because he, you know, he's got his posture and stuff, but like he's never like trapped, you know, because I was doing like this for the longest time, and you'd always, you know, cut your sticks or whatever.
Right.
But if you angle your, you know,
I noticed that I was watching video from All's tour that they're doing right now, and the camera, you know, the drum cam footage that they have, you know, I've always noticed it, but he plays like with his hand like flat, you know, and his style is just it works, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I try to
evolved
emulate
into
that.
something crazier even over the years, but like I think it started with Robo, you know. He'd always do the Robo where you form the floor. After Black, you know, he took over for him and Black Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch. I mean, I learned so much just like watching, like sitting. Like I went on a couple of tours here and there with him, but like, yeah, like it's still just amazing to watch that guy play. Like
it looks so effortless.
Yeah, it's like he's riding a bike, but it's like.
And then that gorilla face that he makes with his lips. I noticed that Wall plays like that now.
Yeah,
you know, like he makes these weird bases. But
I do, but it's just because I'm about to my head's about to pop off any second. At least with the Street Dogs. But
so let's go through your list a little bit. What do you got?
Okay, we got The Effect was my first band in high school.
That was in Colorado.
I was in Colorado. I grew up in Lakewood, which is outside of Denver, suburbs. Moved to Fort Collins to go to CSU college. Was in a couple bands. I sang for a band called Head. Very metal.
HEAD.
Yeah. I wanted to be Mr. Bungle. Yeah, I wore masks and shit.
Oh yeah.
And then that turned then I got turned on to punk rock and more alternative kind of stuff. And Armchair Martian was our first band with me and Snodgrass and Steve Garcia.
Such a great band.
Put about 5 records out over the years, 5 or 6, I don't know. But we got signed to Cargo out of San Diego, which was cool. Rocket from the Crips label. I was like, yeah. But I was working at the radio station at the time, doing music director, and just talking to all the labels and stuff. So I sent a demo to my buddy that worked at Cargo and got us a record, 3 records for them. Then we put out a couple other ones too. One for Joey. My favorite one was Monsters Always Scream. It was like a 10-inch record, and it was on My Records, Joey from Lagwagon's label, back when he had My Records, But then Armchair Martian was a great. We still kind of do stuff. I still play with John every once in a while, and he's doing great with his own stuff. He's got a really good band right now. These guys from Minnesota.
Don't you know?
Yeah, it's a great band. Go see him, Snodgrass. And in between all this stuff, I was doing Han Cholo and Batlord,
which is a great fucking name.
Yeah.
Han Cholo.
It was a hardcore band. We had like a guy who wanted to be a professional wrestler. Was the singer, and he was Cholo. So it was great.
Man,
it was my first hardcore band, and my buddy just sent me a boombox. We were actually the first band to record in the B studio at the Blasting Room.
Oh no shit!
I got to watch that whole studio get made, and they had the big room where they still do, and it's treated for drums and everything like that. Sounds great in there. And then they turned what was the practice room where they wrote all the songs and stuff. They turned that into Studio B, and now they've just changed it all around. But
we actually got to see that a couple of weeks ago with Sean.
Yeah, we had Sean Foster on. He actually took us on a little video tour.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's it looks like a bunker.
It was an empty warehouse, and they turned it into what it is today. It was a furniture store for years and years, and it just kept expanding. And I practiced in so many bands there over the years.
You lucky cunt.
I know. It was I got to watch. It was so crazy. I was, grew up in Lakewood, listening to Descendants and all. The first punk rock show I ever saw, and then they moved to the town that I'm going to college in, and just built this studio. And it's like, what just freaking fell on my lap? It was freaking amazing. And my buddy's actually working on this is a documentary about the Blast Room. Kevin Kirshner, hey buddy. We'll finish it one of these days, and it's going to be awesome. I've seen a lot of it, and it needs to happen because they've been working on it forever. But it's a cool story.
Dude, the history of that studio, how it was built, why it was built, and the bands that have recorded it. It's just phenomenal. And to watch, I think Armchair was the second or third band to record there. There was a band called Alligator Gun, and then Hagfish. Oh my god,
Hagfish!
Hagfish.
Eat my Maxwell. I work.
And
what hit wonders.
And Zach went on to be in Rise Against, and they did other mega platinum records there or whatever, and they sound great. I mean, it's just all the people that work there are amazing, like Jason Livermore, and I'm not going to list all the guys, but
Bill, come on,
because I can't.
This is your bragging rights moment.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
No, it's I just to get to know those guys over the years and have Bill come in when I'm tracking drums, and I'm just freaking nervous, and He's just like, get it right. And
Here's a cup of coffee.
Yeah. We're just having, you know, that energy around. Livermore was always like, get it right. Wrong. Again.
See,
so you're in there.
the guys in foreclosure, we talked about,
Yeah.
We should record there. We should record there. And, everybody's just scared. Like, dude, we'd have to be tight to do it. I've heard stories where Bill comes in and says, you know what, you're not ready, go. But they have little apartments there, little rooms where you can stay.
It's evolved over the years, but yeah,
and
definitely
this one of the bands that he was like, go back to your room, listen to the demos, and think
Practice.
about this. Come back tomorrow and track. And I can't remember if it was a drummer or a guitar player or whatever, but just like that's the upper.
He's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You got it.
If someone's not cutting it, then they'll make a way to, make it work. So
I've heard you to make people cry too. You're not good enough for this. You're not ready yet. I don't know. It's just people that recorded there. The stuff.
Well,
dude,
no,
made me
it's
cry.
it's if you're not ready, like we got to do the second Street Dogs record there, and I tracked 22 songs in 3 days.
Wow.
So that's like 7 songs a day of like super crazy punk rock. But we were like super really prepared. We'd been working on this. Bless you.
Hey.
We were working on the songs for about a month, and then we went to Fort Collins and practiced like every day for a week or so. And so we knew all the songs, and because we, it's
Practice.
expensive.
Practice.
Yeah.
What is that?
Lots of people do it.
Haven't done it in a long time.
Now we just do it right before the shows, but we kind of know the material at this point. So.
That's rehearsal.
Do you like to rehearse day of show?
No, as a rule, not.
Okay.
Night before.
Sometimes, it's necessary, but you usually call that sound check.
Yeah.
Luckily,
sound check, not line check.
No, I mean it's
Check.
great. Like
Check.
when we get to do sound checks, like we were just in Europe and like getting to play some of those bigger rooms and stuff like that. On the festivals, you don't get it, but actually, you do kind of get a sound check because it depends on what stage you're on. A lot of times they'll stagger it, so like the big stage goes on right after you, and vice versa. So you get actually to make sure everything sounds good.
There was a festival that I ended up doing in Europe back in the 90s, and our sound check was at 4 a.m.
Oh my god!
And we didn't play till like 9 o'clock that night. Wow. I didn't even go to sleep. I was like, fuck it, I might as well stay up all night, do the sound check, and then fuck off back to the hotel.
Just autoerotic asphyxiate yourself.
No, that was before. Before I found the beauty in that.
Oh god! Now you like touring, right? You're a big fan of it.
I love touring.
That's one of the first conversations we had. I remember, we were talking about touring, and immediately you're like, dude, I love touring. And to me, that's the antithesis of why we were in bands. Is that to tour. Like Jesus Christ, who wouldn't want to do that? I love traveling. And,
no, I mean you're traveling with a plan.
Yeah.
It sucks like
for a paycheck.
Also that too. But like not always.
Yeah, no.
Most of the time it's not. But you also, you're driving by a bunch of cool shit every day. Like, hey, can we stop and do that? Nope. We're late for sound check.
I've always, like especially in relationships, like, oh, you get to go on tour and you get to go here. No,
it's not.
I've seen it out of a fucking window.
Yeah.
Like every castle in fucking Germany. I've seen it. Have I been there?
There
No.
goes. There you go.
Big band. I've seen it. Drove by it.
Sure.
Did I go there? No.
You don't see that stuff anyway. There's a bunch of tourist people. You're better off like getting lost in a park, and I mean that's what I always do. Like that's what I love about touring is like we'll land, and if you got an extra hour or so, just walk around.
Definitely when you're in a small town, but like I remember one night when we were touring in the UK, we got to stop at we had a day off between cities, and we stopped at Stonehenge, for the day, just to that was fucking cool.
Was it like really little?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, like the bands that I didn't know your history until today. Armchair Martian, Drag the River,
Oh yeah.
Bill the Welder. You know.
You know about Bill the Welder?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know Wall.
Oh, of course, right. Yeah.
Obviously Street Dogs. We have performed and shared the stage in Lover when you were in Lover Man, and I was in Bad Advice. White Women is pretty much the same
Dude,
band.
White Women is
Yeah,
so
well, but
awesome.
it's a different. It's faster and harder and crazier.
It's really good too.
I
Listen to
love
it.
Yeah.
Lover Man, dude. You know.
We had we did play the Loverboy song. Too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That was my.
There was a couple people that I knew that were at that show to see my band, and then you guys, they're on the flyer and they're like, "Lover Man, that's a fucking stupid name," and I was like, "It's like Loverboy grew up."
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's fucking brilliant. My friends are stupid again. Jesus Christ. I mean,
You have friends?
And then the last, dude, I'm very impressed by that because I grew up listening to them.
It's great. Joe's still going, and the best part of being in that band is like you show up to practice and you play for maybe an hour at the most, and like you listen to 2 hours of stories. Like it tells you, just because they grew up right in Redondo and Hermosa, right on the beach, and they tell stories about Bill like being the kid down the street that no one wanted to hang out with because he smelled like fish.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's like bait.
And now everybody wants to hang out with him because he smells like coffee.
Yeah. No, it's just like getting to hear stuff like that because I, have so much respect for Bill and like to hear him described as that kid down the street that they would like lock the door if he was coming and pretend they weren't home. It's like, wow.
Now they're like, hey,
crazy.
Bill. Like,
yeah. But the Descendants was like Bill and Joe's brothers, like smoking pot, and Frank in front of a bush in their front lawn, basically. Like that's how the Descendants started. It's just to hear any of his stories from like, the playing the whiskey or playing what is it, Madame Wong's, and just all that stuff is so cool. Like the Bangles, like Susanna Hoffs tried out for the Last, like all these people tried out for the Last, and all these people went on to influence or be in big bands, and it was all like because they couldn't get into Last, or like he started this whole Paisley revolution with the keyboards and the 12-string guitar, and it's a cool like part of history to like just hang out. It's worth it for that. But the music is great too.
Yeah.
But it's like nothing I ever played. It's kind of the hardest band I've ever played with because none of it ever repeats. It's all just like a storyline. It's like you're wandering down the
musical
path.
storyline.
Yeah, and then it's just like there's kind of choruses here and there, but they're different. So it's like you're on a journey and you're not like repeating these songs. I mean, they sound, somewhat poppy and stuff like that, but they're also just
very progressive at the same time.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and this is all before 1980. So interesting.
How long did you play with them?
We're starting it back up again.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I started in 2017, I think. And COVID put a dent in that, and Joe's had some health problems, so like we had to like be extra careful. But we were playing up until 2014, and then just things started. I started playing with the Street Dogs again, and it just we lost a couple of members, and now it's going to be Joe's daughter, Clara.
Oh, cool.
She just graduated high school. She's going to play keyboards, and his nephew is going to play guitar, and his brother's going to play bass. So it's going to be like all family but me.
Oh, wow. I think at that point you are family.
I don't know. Yeah, I hope so. But the list of drummers he's had is long. Dave Nasworthy played drums for him. Yeah. That blew me away. I was like, really? I almost wore my Chemical People t-shirt today that Chris Sherry drew the two-headed beast. It's all beat up. It's all white. Like I can't wear white T-shirts anymore. Like,
None of us
I
can.
drink too much beer.
You can't wear it on this show.
No, you get some Gizz on you.
I almost brought some Hawaiian shirts. I was like, I'm gonna dress it up a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna catch so much shit if I really walk out in a Hawaiian shirt.
Last night at that country show I went to, there were so many cowboys
Oh,
in
yeah.
Hawaiian shirts,
Oh my god.
tight rolled up pants, really funky dress shoes, and then the cowboy hat. I'm like, dude, this fucking look is really weird, dude. Like,
That's a hipster thing, I think.
yeah. But the Hawaiian shirts was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
the colors.
It's like, if I'm not wearing this, I was like, I don't want to wear this to the store, let alone the camera.
I would wear it on a dare for money, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it makes sense. Like, I wore the hell out of them on a Flogging Molly cruise. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, this is great. Now I get it. It's tropical.
oh yeah. One of those cruises, like 3 or 4 days.
Last one was 6 days, I think.
Oh, okay.
2 ports, and then the first one was the Bahamas, and then Jamaica.
Ah.
And I actually got off in Jamaica.
I bet you did.
No, actually, it was really weird, and I spent the first day, because when it gets to port, like everyone leaves and goes to buy like $20 drinks and
Oh yeah.
$40 t-shirts and come back broke. And it's like, why would I leave when everything's free and there's nobody here? So I just spent the whole day in the hot tub and the pool, like going back and forth, and got like just insanely sunburned. Like,
Oh, I
was
can
like,
imagine.
it was so bad. And so I'm like walking around Jamaica just like bright red, and everyone's like pointing at me like I'm the Incredible Hulk. Only
Lobster
red.
That's gonna
What
die.
happened to you? Everyone was saying that to me, and I was like, oh god.
Were you in Lover Man or Lobster Man? Which man?
I was Lobster Man.
Lobster lover.
Yeah, despite that, it was still an insane experience. Like, it ends and you're like, what? I have to pay for things now? And like
Oh
the
man.
harsh reality of being a nobody again just fucking hits it home.
Wow.
Like, they kick you out at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're on the deck, and you're just like hungover, and you're like,
Bye.
I gotta get to the airport somehow. Yeah, but that's always the hard part of coming back from tour. It's like, oh man, you mean
The
I gotta
normality
go
of life again.
I gotta go back to being a regular guy. I don't get to like play music every day. That sucks.
I've been on some long tours, 62-day tours, and you finish that 62nd show and you're just like, you got that 2-day drive back home, and it's just that first day, it's just, we're not playing tonight. And then the second night, you're like, dude, we're getting close to home. And then you get off the freeway, getting back into your hometown, you're just like, dude, it's over. It's over. I gotta get back to, back then I was doing termite work and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're getting back to too. If you've been on tour and you really want to go home, and
I gotta go back to that bitch.
Yeah.
Or you get pregnant again.
Or if you got nothing to get back to, that's just like, oh man, I could just keep going.
I remember, like, all the touring that I've done, obviously there were the early years, no kids were involved, but as the years went up, everybody got older and they were having kids. I remember, some members like losing it, on, at the hotel.
Really?
And you're like, what's wrong, dude? Like, why are you crying? Like, dude, I'm missing my kid's first birthday, or I'm missing my anniversary. I'm missing, a milestone at home, and I can't deal with it, like, dude, it's one of the reasons I think I love the fact that I have no kids, that I have none of that worry.
I can't keep a plant, man.
I can't keep a plant.
Yeah.
No.
How am I gonna keep a
I got a
girlfriend?
cactus set on.
I think I'd probably kill a cactus. Yeah.
I overwatered it.
Yeah.
The only plants that ever spawn, I piss on them and then they just fucking die.
All right. Well, that sounds about right.
That's how I kill my grass in my backyard.
Oh god, that's weeds.
Oh God.
So out of all these bands, the best experience, best show that you can remember?
Oh, I mean,
that one.
That's a mean. I mean, that's a difficult one. Because
Yeah, because there's a lot of history here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some of the stuff with Drag the River, like we got to tour with Social D in 2015.
Oh, so those
Opening.
are bad times.
No, it was awesome. It was like one of the best tours, and it just it started as one thing and then it ended as another. But like we got to play some amazing venues. Got to play the Greek here.
Oh, wow.
The Stone Pony outdoor stage.
That's
in Asbury
fantastic,
Park.
dude.
I was out there in the water, like floating, and they would sound check Wild Horses every day.
Oh,
So I'm out there listening to Mike Ness like play Wild Horses for like the 70th time. It felt like just floating in the water and then like looking back at the stage. It was stuff like that. Is like, oh wow, that's amazing.
the Stone Pony is super iconic.
Yeah, we got to play a bunch of cool places. I got to play Street Dogs, Red Rocks twice. We got to play some great places with Street Dogs over the years. A lot of we went to Japan, Australia. We did Soundwave, which was like 6 days in Australia, and Slipknot was one of the headliners. So watch Slipknot. That's Disturbed.
Whatever.
What did you do?
What?
Oh, that's not.
No, sometimes that the bodies hit the floor, right?
That's bodies at the floor.
Yeah. The bodies hit the floor.
They're very hot.
Like,
right
which
now.
body? Who got drunk and why'd they fall over?
The funny thing about Slipknot is Armchair Martian used to tour the Midwest a lot.
Yeah.
And there was this place in I don't know where was it, in Des Moines, the Safari Club, and apparently Corey Taylor was like one of the soft partners. Like he is, for whatever reason, his parents had some money or whatever, so he like partly owned this club that we would always play at. And the bartender one night after the show, like, we just started talking. And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "I don't know. We don't really have any plans." He's like, "Oh, hang out. We'll have some beers." So he starts talking, and he's like, "Yeah, we got this new band, and we all kind of dress up in like clowns or like different costumes, and we all bang on, 50-gallon drums and shit."
Okay.
It turns out that Sean is the bartender that always like took care of us at the end of the night or whatever, and he became the clown in Slipknot, and he was describing the band to us, and we're like, "Okay, good job, buddy.
It's never gonna
You're
fucking
gonna
work.
go
Never gonna work.
fucking far with that, I'm sure." And like 2 years later, it slipped on. I'm like, "Holy shit,
That's that guy.
yeah."
You never know, man. I mean,
But they put on a hell of a show. Like, I don't know if I haven't seen it for years, but like, if I could, I'd go watch the drums go up like this and spin around, and everyone's fire, and it's just
we can make that happen.
it's like the new Kiss or whatever. Yeah.
Kiss.
We won't talk about that.
Kiss and Led Zeppelin should just like have like a chicken race with buses.
There was a time back in the early 90s where I played with the Dragonfly. My band opened, and then there was the second band. I was like, these guys are never going to make it. They were Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, man.
And then the next band came on. I was like, these guys are never going to make it. That was fucking System of a Down. And then the last band was Snot. And I'm like, these guys are going to be huge.
Yeah. No, they're not.
And like a few years later, the singer fucking,
Lame.
he fucking passed away. And I was like, well, that's the end of that. But I was very wrong about Rage and System.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Rage Against the System.
I can imagine. I thought Slipknot was,
oh, dude,
never gonna fly.
Yeah, I was just like, good job, buddy. You live in Des
Insane.
Moines,
What
Yeah. Good luck with that.
What's another band that you can think about that you saw it and were like, I don't think this is ever gonna work, and they became something besides like Social Distortion
Oh,
and Misfits.
I don't even want to. Yeah. Oh,
I always thought GLP was going to be way bigger than they were.
That's so did I. As much touring and recording we ever did, and
yeah,
the thing that ruined that band was just the fact that everybody had families.
Yeah.
I can't be on the road for that long anymore.
Sure.
I got a mortgage now.
That's our problem with. It's not a problem. It's just with the Bomb Squad stuff we're doing, or Street Dogs. Like we can't tour for more than a couple weeks at a time, just because everyone's got, you know,
their job.
There's also something to be
jobs,
said
you
for
know,
that because people now go, okay, they're not going to
responsibility,
tour a lot, so they clamor out to see.
yeah, you know, and it's weird because we're playing, you know, bigger festivals now than we ever did, and you know, it's like because there's almost more demand because the band was dormant for a while, and
Well, it's just
for whatever reason,
Toby has a drinking problem.
yeah, I mean, Toby was there for the first show, but like, we've had a couple of different other guys fill in, you know, and now Rick's doing it.
Yeah.
And he's he's such a crazy energy to like get to be around, and like it's just he's on, you know, perpetually on Boston, you know, like he's actually living in Portland, Maine, I think now, but like he's just full on chowder, you know, supper, all that, you know, everything's
Talking
full.
like a Kennedy.
Yeah, it's great.
Like
It's
a rabid
funny,
Kennedy.
but he's just super loud and like has no filter, and it's just it's cool.
I don't know what that's like.
It's cool to be.
Oh, look whose
to
fucking mouth is
witness,
yapping
you know.
now.
He's always, you know, it's just what's Rick gonna do today, you know. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So the other side of the coin with all these bands, what's the worst night you've ever had?
Oh God, a lot of the Drag the River stuff. Yeah. We would just have to carry each other out of the bar sometimes, and it just got to be ridiculous after a while. And still a great time, still a lot of fun. But back then, you know, even and especially Armchair Martian days, like we didn't know what the hell we were doing. There was no internet. Like you had to, you know, go to town, find a payphone, and get directions from if you weren't smart enough to call them before you left for a tour. So you would just get to whatever town you were in and call, and they'd tell you how to get to the club, hopefully, if they were open. And if you weren't 3 hours late, you could get there early and maybe hang out. But a lot of times we were just a bunch of idiots.
Winging it.
I remember the 90s when
like we had a list, like we had this with a list of phone numbers. And that was your tour book.
I remember I wanted to be very prepared for the tours that we did with Lazlo, and I would have, you know, and it was back in the 90s, it was a lot of kids that were booking these shows in a hall or whatever. And I would say, here, my dad, you know, had his own little business, so here, I have a fax machine. And then you get the fucking fax, and you're like looking at a map as a fax, you're like, yeah, that's not a good idea. Right. Dude, I can't read that. And then you would kind of figure out, okay, well, that's kind of, you know, I started going to automotive stores and getting the Thomas guides, and, you know, take a picture with a little, you know, camera or whatever, like a disc camera. And bucket, or, you know, photocopy it if you could there, so you could have like a color, you know, black and white map. And then with the highlighter pen, okay, that's the highway we're taking. But the touring back in the 90s, I think you really had to be.
I think you built a lot more character than you would now.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. I mean, you had to, like, you know, we were you know, a pop punk band in Fort Collins, Colorado, and we got a record deal. Like, we were still kind of an anomaly then, and but you're 8 to 10 hours from everywhere. Like you're middle of the country. So like even for us to go to like St. Louis or whatever, that's a huge thing in a van that may or may not get you there. And half the times it wouldn't, you know. So.
That's what I heard about that, you know, that the guys from Descendants, Bill Stevenson, the mastermind behind it all, was like, we moved to Fort Collins, we're right in the center of the States, and now we can travel.
Well, they first moved to Brookfield, which was the actual center, like in Missouri, and there's nothing there. And
that's right.
They did the Percolator record there, and they're like they're almost wanted to kill themselves, is what they say. They're like, there's nothing to fucking do here. So they knew some people in Fort Collins, and they're like, oh, it's a better fit. It's right by the mountains, you know.
It's college town.
Yeah, it's a college town. It was still affordable then.
Coffee
it wasn't.
Bars.
Yeah, it was a different animal in the mid 90s, you know. And I started going to school there in 90, and I think they moved there in 94. And just built the studio from there. And yeah, I mean, and now it's just an institution. And some of the coolest stuff I ever was a part of came out of there. Like we done the first Drag the River stuff. I wasn't even supposed to be a band. It was just John and Chad. And they had these songs, and we would go after the bars closed. That was like the unwritten rules. Like you couldn't do it sober. Like it had to be after midnight, or preferably after the bars. Everyone would go to the studio. And since Chad was in all, he had like a stake in it. And it was still, bare bones at that. They just built the main room, and there's just still bare control room and stuff like that. And everyone just was hammered, and they would, mash red, go. And still to this day on the first record, the Hobos demo is like, I'm not sure who played on what. I'm pretty sure I know which ones I didn't play on. Because I can tell if it's Jason or Bill, or I can't even remember who the other guy was. It was either me, Jason, or Bill, usually. And it's, that was supposed to be just like a drunk recording project, and it turned into a band. And then we did like 2 or 3 records there, and I got to record a bunch of stuff there. And doing the Street Dogs record there was the last thing I did, and that was just like, coming home, because I'd been in LA for 5 or 6 years at that point. So to get to go back and do that was pretty awesome. And I can't wait for this movie to come out, because
me too.
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on it for a while. My buddy Kev, he had to take Kevin Kirshner.
Okay.
He does a lot of video work, and he's a great editor, and just my best friend, basically, for Collins. And he's come up so much over the years, and he kind of inherited the Blasting Room project from this guy who had stalled it for a while and didn't really know what he was doing, or which direction he wanted to take it in, I guess. So Kevin kind of had to like take over and do it, while he's doing all these other jobs. He works for the city, and I don't know, he's my best friend, stand-up dude, and
He wants to get it right.
Inspiration to us all. Yeah. And coincidentally, he's vegetarian since he was in his teens, and he cooks some of the best meat I've ever had. I have no idea how he does it, but like it's like a freak of nature. Some of the best food I've ever had. And he just cooks for everyone, like all the time. It's insane.
It's weird, like, in the last, I think this season, we've had a lot of chefs that we talk to, and a lot of chefs that are punk rockers, and just it's really,
I think it's a natural kind of gap. I mean,
and then, like, that's another thing about being on tour too, is like, sometimes you can't afford to even get a Big Mac, or a Whopper,
right?
You just stop at a 99-cent store, and you buy a bunch of cans, and you put things together, and
sure,
try to eat.
We would go on tour when we were doing Street Dogs. Like we'd go to Europe like 2 or 3 times a year, and I got to the point where like a lot of times we're playing like centers, like youth centers or whatever, and or their squats, or like their glorified squats. So like they're out in the middle of kind of nowhere sometimes, and so like once the show's over and your catering runs out or whatever, everyone's hungry and stuff. So I started taking a grill with us, and like after sound check, I'd go to the Aldi or whatever it is, and they have all this stuff that's set up ready to grill over there, and it's just stuff I'd never even seen. It was like big bacon steaks.
What's a moose knuckle?
Yeah, and these things, a fricadellen, I think it's like basically a bacon steak, but it looks like a lollipop. Like they twist it up, and it's on a kebab stick, just ready to go. Like 3 different kinds of that, and it's all super cheap. So like we would, after the show, I'd fire up the grill and feed everybody, and it was, that's where I learned how to do some serious grilling stuff. Just on the fly. It's outside the club, and even the club owners, like sometimes they had their own grill, but they were just like, wow, you travel with that? It was just like a little,
Yeah.
just a
Little
little
bocce
pedal.
kind of
Yeah. And also a great place to put your drugs.
Just in case the kids are wondering.
You know what I used to do? When,
Oh, God.
Just weed.
You're in Europe, and the last night, you still had some hash, you still had some weed. I would put it in aluminum foil, roll it up, and then I would put it inside my hardware.
Okay.
And then put it in the trap case, and then
Sure.
You fly it back home,
No,
and then you get back to the studio, and you're like, "What are you doing with that fucking cymbal stand? Dunk! Yeah, look what I brought home!
Oh,
You
my
motherfucker! We could have gotten rid." That was in the
No.
90s.
Yeah.
That was in the 90s when it wasn't. I wouldn't do it now.
I
Yeah, you
fly
would.
with weed all the time. But that's just me.
I mean, I think it's nobody cares anymore.
No, it's insane.
If you don't
Like,
spark
it's
up on
legal
the
in
plane,
Germany.
yeah.
Like, we got pulled over in Germany, like not this last trip, but the one before. And I was like so used to like, oh, hide the drugs, just weed.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just put my weed somewhere safe, and like, it's legal here. And I was like, oh yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll probably toke with you.
Maybe.
Can you
but-
imagine if it was like in the early 90s when you could still smoke cigarettes on an airplane? And you
Oh,
could
God.
smoke.
Not the early 90s. That was like the late 70s they banned that.
Yeah.
I
think it's
remember
still-
my first tours. I got to smoke cigarettes.
Maybe in Europe, but not here.
No, on an international flight to Europe in 93, 94, and 95. I got to smoke.
I don't remember that at all.
On
I mean,
flights.
I've never flown international, so we're not allowed to leave.
You could go to the back and smoke, and the
Huh.
stewardesses or flight attendants, they would give you little bottles of champagne.
Sky
or
waitresses.
airplane sky waitresses.
Sky wages.
And dude, it was a different time, definitely.
So Bomb Squad has some things coming up, right?
Yeah, we have a show October 24th. It's a hot rod show opening up for Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
Should be a good time. Down in, I just looked it up. It's in Gardenia, I think.
Gardena, yeah.
Gardenia.
Where?
It's
over there.
It's got some sort of name, like the Pavilion.
It's got some sort of name. Thanks.
It's not Glen Helen, is it?
No.
No, that's where
Oh yeah, maybe it is.
Is it Glen Helen?
Glen Helen
the old
Amphitheater.
Irvine Meadows.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I looked it up. It looks like a cool spot actually. So,
I don't know.
but we just put out 5 new songs that we did in April in Texas. Just a couple days recording. We just wrote them 2 days, recorded them 2 days. One of the songs is a cover though. It's
So good.
Roland the
Roland,
Headless
yeah.
Thompson Gunner, Warren Zevon song. And I had never heard it before. I not consciously. I mean, I'd heard the record before, but like for some reason, Rick years and years ago had like suggested it for the Dropkicks, and everyone was like, "Ah, that's crazy," and he just remembered it. And since we got a bagpipe player,
It's a good one.
it's cool. I think the songs sound pretty cool. Like, I'm kind of proud of them, especially for doing it in like from start to finish in 4 days. It's pretty cool. Of course, they took longer on the vocals and stuff, but Mike is having problems.
Like all old men.
Jeez.
All right, so a couple more questions. What's your setup right now?
1 rack, 2 floor. I can get them, but I'll just take a 4-piece.
4-piece.
I used to be really picky about my stuff and would only play my kit and not let anybody else play it. And now, like, it was really the cruise that like completely freed me up. And I was like, they're like, don't bring anything, just bring sticks. And I was like, what? And I was like, okay. I did have to bring a cowbell for Band-Aid Brigade. Because I don't know if you guys ever heard that band, but it's my friend Brian Wallstrom and I and Zach from Pears. We had like a disco dance punk rock band. They called it Yacht Punk for a while. But
Oh man,
that was
I
it's
love Pears.
good. Like, I love it. It's like seriously one of the funnest bands I've ever been in. one of my, pride and joy bands, like, and no one either heard it or got it, or like most people just were like, I don't get it. And like, you listen to it more. I don't know. It's a hard sell for some people. And Zach is so over the top that I think maybe it turns some people off. I don't know what it is, but it's a great, fun band. But yeah, having them, we just finished a tour and they're like, yeah, you don't need anything but sticks. Like everything's provided. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
no
Do
carrying.
you get to pick like the symbols? Like they got everything
yeah,
you need?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
if you need a China, they got it.
yeah, I mean, they have,
Really?
it's
That's fucking
like a backline company, but sort of each stage has its own backline with 2 drum kits at least and a variety of like snare, cymbal, whatever, So
What's your go-to symbol?
right now my favorite is I got a Nico McBrain 22 ride, because I'm
Feisty.
I'm still hooked up with Peisty, supposedly, and DW. So thank you.
You're getting limp there.
Yeah, it's getting warmer in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's been my go-to. It's got a big ass bell on it, and I love the Big Al's ride. If I ever get a chance, have you seen that, the 24 big ass Alex Van Halen symbol? But
So Feisties, that's
that's what I play. That's what I like. But like, I'm not picky now because like I've just learned to like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Most of this stuff is, you can figure out where your stuff goes. It doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't have to all be DW hardware. It doesn't have to all be that. Like if you can just show up with sticks and do it and walk away, that's
stick bag.
That's the most insane
Yeah.
gift as a like being
as a drummer.
singer.
Yeah.
It's
It is like being a
just-
singer.
that's-
The
never
guitar player
happened.
has to do more work.
It never happened for me like that, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I was riding up in the elevator with just going to the show
And knew you had everything.
and I just had a stick that
And a bag of lunch.
yeah, it wasn't even that. I just eaten or whatever.
A
It's
beer
like,
in a bag.
yeah. No, it's like the hardest part was staying sober on that tour, on that cruise. It's like, because it's everywhere, and you can drink pina coladas all day in the hot tub
Man.
and get a wicked sunburn.
Apparently so.
I don't really recommend it, but it's possible.
But you can do it.
And I did it.
Congratulations.
All right, so every drummer has a favorite drummer. Who was your favorite drummer?
Favorite drummer. Oh my god. Just depends. God. I grew up playing to Liberty DeVito from Billy Joel. Like he taught me a lot about dynamics, and he plays like he was the first guy I ever saw that played like Dave Grohl, but like there's Dave Grohl was
Play it like you hate it.
yeah, he played like he was playing tennis, like he was serving tennis. Like he did that special from Long Beach or whatever. Can't remember where it was, but it was a live thing, and he's just slamming the hell out of these drums. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And then grew up also playing the Tommy Lee and Vinny Appice from Dio. I stole so much from Vinny. The guy from YNT, Leonard Hayes, single bass drummer. Like I loved him. Like I stole a shit ton from him that I didn't realize until I listened to him 10 years ago. I was, oh, that's why I play like that.
Yeah.
And then I could never play the Iron Maiden stuff. Like I can kind of now, but like it was just like too it was my favorite band. My first heavy metal shows at Red Rocks on the Power Slave tour, 1985. And that just changed my life. That was like the moment that I was like, okay, I don't care. This is what I'm doing. Like, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. And, but Alex Van Halen, like all these old, crazy stuff, but also, Thin Lizzy, the drummer. Yeah. My favorite punk drummer was Derek from Lagwagon. And after, of course, Dave Ron, RKL and Lagwagon. But Derek was such a tasty, like cool drummer that he would just pull this shit out. and like, go smoke a cigarette and just be like, whatever. And he was like the most humble kind of guy too. That's, I thought he was always just bummed when you like complimented him and stuff like that.
I know somebody like that.
Yeah.
It's not
But
Gizz.
he was an old surfer guy, and certainly gone too soon for that guy. But God, I mean, I still I don't really keep up with a lot of people, but like Danny Carey's amazing, obviously.
Yeah, he is, but
I could never play like that.
No.
But, yeah, it's like too defined.
I can't count to 5.
3.5 maybe.
But for me, I always wanted the foot of Earl Hudson from Bad Brains,
Oh yeah,
and the hands of Bill Stevenson.
right.
You know,
I mean, he plays.
it's
It's just.
it's so weird. It looks so easy
Yeah.
that he's not doing anything, but he's doing so much.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, he used to play a lot harder and a lot more crazy, and he just figured out he didn't have to do that.
Mhm.
He's just like,
and I love the fact
Yeah.
he's got 2 and 2.
yeah,
You know, crashes. You know, his rides right there with his hi-hats and just oh my God,
yeah. I
just
mean, I got to play
incredible.
on. I got to practice on his drum set, like
Oh,
in the B suit in the rehearsal.
The B
room.
suit.
See, that would be that's the same as when Carrie
yeah.
Brown.
Oh, yeah,
who
Bigfoot
owns,
was
Licorice
sad.
Pizza.
Uh-huh.
He was in Hawaii and they were doing a session with somebody, and the drum tech comes in. He had no idea who was fucking coming in, and they set up the kit. And he goes, badass kit. Mick Fleetwood walks in the room. And he's like, "Oh shit, that's your kid." He goes, "Yeah,
No,
if you want."
Mick set it up himself,
he-
and Kerry was there, and he was like, "I'm just gonna leave that here. You can play it." Kerry's like, he's
No,
almost to his
dude,
car.
Yeah, no, dude, I would never touch your kid. You wasn't even at the car yet, and he was already on it. Such an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, just getting to see even the evolution of all. Like, I mean, Descendants got back together in what, 96,
Mm-hmm.
and Armchair got to play their first show at a gay bar just outside Fort Collins.
How do you know it's a gay bar?
Because it was a gay bar. It was called Nightingales, and it was just outside the city limits. So we could get away with a little bit more, and that's where all the punk rock shows were. Like, I saw some great shows there, but it just happened to be a gay bar like all the other time. We would go there and just hang out and play pool anyway. Like, it wasn't like weird or anything like that. I don't even know why I brought it up, but it's just funny that like we got to play the first Descendants show.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah,
That's
we got back
history. You
together.
know,
Yeah.
You can't buy shit like that.
No, I remember like the stacks were like getting knocked over because they didn't have them. It was, they weren't really that prepared for the craziness that ensued. So like none of the stacks were still punk rock too. So like it was like that. Like they're just stacks on top of each other.
Mhm.
People were like running into them, and they were starting to go over, and I had to like stand behind it for like the second half of the show because people were just trying to knock him over. Not trying, but it was insane. So I'm sitting there trying to watch the band and hold the PA up. It was pretty cool. After we played the show.
Here's another drummer question: if you could play for any band,
Oh,
what would it
golly.
be?
I don't know. Like I would pick Band-Aid Brigade. Like if I could make that band. Like,
Your money maker. That would be it.
Yeah. I mean, I love playing with Street Dogs. I love playing the Bomb Squad stuff. Like,
But not a band that you've already been in.
I know.
There's nothing like yeah, I'll fucking play a set with Maiden.
I would never dare to
Oh,
fucking think that.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, not to knock on the guy that's doing it now after Nico, but like,
I still haven't heard him.
it's just not. It's after seeing, that's a wicked hard job to do too. Like I would never. Well, but just take over after Nico, like such an iconic, figure, and like the drum set that he had. It's like now the guy's just playing like a regular drum set. It's like what,
Okay.
It's like the girl playing for Rush.
what
Yeah.
happened? You know, and yeah, I mean, she's doing a good job too. I
Yeah.
think, like, and she's, you know, handling it well. That's
so
something
Huge
I would
Phil.
something I would never
Yeah.
even consider. So I mean, like, trying to, you know, I was trying to think that the other day when I got back from tour. I was like, who can I call that I want to play with? You know, it's like, I don't even know, man. Like, because most of, you know, all my favorite bands are, you know,
Yeah.
thanks. No, they're the drummer is such an iconic, like, part of it. Like, to take over, you know, what they were doing would be, you know, almost sacrilegious in my brain, you know, unless it was just a weird situation, you know.
When I got asked to join the subs, that was one of the things. So it's just like they've had like 20 drummers. I think I'm good, you know. Like, I can fit in and still play my style with an iconic band. You know, like I don't have to play the record, you know, beat for beat.
Right.
You know? Like there's people like Chris Daly, you know him? He plays for Implants and Authority Zero and
Oh, okay.
and just an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
But that guy, he's such an accomplished drummer that he will figure everything out and play Rooted Glow Skulls. You know, like just like, and you know, the conversation we had is like, if you're gonna be in a band, you got to play with that drummer played. Dude, I'm not that drummer. There's no way I can play stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they were actually, when we started doing the Bomb Squad stuff, I was like playing too much and like I was putting too much of me in there, and they're like,
Step it back.
that's great, but like these people are coming here to hear this iconic record, you know, that they grew up listening to, and it's doing, you know, the music a disservice if you're not at least trying to, like,
Getting close.
yeah, I mean, like, it took me a while to, like, really, you know, feel comfortable doing that stuff, just because, and it came finally, but like I finally got it. I was like, oh yeah, and I don't have to work as hard. Like, I can just play, you know, because normally I'm like, ooh, look what I can do. And you know,
one of the people that messaged me about, you know, excited that you were going to be on the show. We had started having a conversation, and he asked me some questions about the UK subs, and he sent me a video of Guns N' Roses doing Down on the Farm, which they did for the Spaghetti Incident.
okay, yeah.
And he goes, like, when you played that song with the subs, you know, and I was like, that's funny you should say, because when the first rehearsal I had with the guys before our tour, they were like, all right, do you know Down on the Farm? They had a list of songs. Do you know these songs? And I knew, you know, most of them. You know, there were some songs I knew, but I didn't know how to play. And I could, you know, give me a couple minutes, we can do it, you know. But Down on the Farm, I go, I know the Guns N' Roses version better. If we could do that. Charlie started laughing his ass off. Hey, let's do it, mate.
Oh man.
And I actually did whoever played drums on that session, Matt Sorm or whoever, but I did the
I think what's his name was still Steven Adler.
Steven Adler was still on that.
For the Spaghetti Incident.
Yeah. I was looking at it today, 93. They did that.
Still, I mean, well, was it? Yeah, it had to be Matt Sorm. Yeah, because,
But yeah, dude,
yeah, I guess I remember that.
That came up the other day, and I started laughing about it. Yeah, I had to play like Guns N' Roses, not like UK subs on that one.
I actually served Charlie at one of my barbecues
Really?
in Belgium. Yeah, that's like my memory of the UK subs. We played a festival with them, and they were on in a couple hours. We just finished playing. I was like, fired up the grill. I was like, I'm in Belgium. Like, and he's like, what's up, man? Hey, can I have a little bit of sausage? And I was like, sure, man. Okay.
Make whatever you want.
Yeah, I was like, whatever you say, man. Like, I can't understand what you're saying anyway. So
Waddy
I'll have
is
you.
the one person
Yeah.
I've had many conversations with him, and I've never understood a damn word.
It's Scottish. I mean,
Oh, dude, I told Charlie one night, I was like, dude, he needs one of those, like, what's his name? The guy from Flavor Flav.
oh man.
Instead of a watch, it's got to be one of the
translator?
things that has subtitles. Because I cannot understand him. I whined one night. I was like, Charlie, please help me out here. You know, and Waddy listened to me. He goes, we wrote the fucking language, mate.
Still can't understand you.
What?
Like if you slow it down, I can understand you,
Yeah.
but when you're really going for it, man.
Every other word is slang too. So
Yeah.
it's like, you got me Barney on the ollie and the A. We're all
Yeah, it's always a rhyme of the
Yeah,
actual
man.
word.
Yeah.
It's like fucking. How do you keep all that shit together?
I don't know.
I don't know, mate. But dude, thank you for coming on, man. Like,
Yeah.
it was
Hell
a
yeah.
great
That's
interview.
it. Was
You-
okay.
Yeah,
you
see?
thought you were gonna be shit.
I just
No.
was afraid I wasn't gonna be able to say anything. Just
Nah, there's a lot in there. Again, you're too humble for your own good sometimes.
Yeah,
you
some
know.
great stories. Like that's what I wanted. Just the stories, because ultimately that's what our show's about.
Well, this is the first time he's ever done anything like
I've never done a podcast. I've never done
An
I don't,
interview?
I don't even have Instagram, or I've never been on Facebook. So
That was one
like,
thing
I
too.
have no
When I sent
presence.
you everything, I was like, I wonder if he is on social media, but he doesn't
Nope.
use it. And I could not. There was a couple Paul Ruckers that I found that
Yeah.
one's a gay porn star, I think, and
Oh, it looks just like this.
That's my alter ego. That's I got a
that
couple
page is updated.
got
Oh shit! I'm late.
We got a couple hours before that job starts.
But I had to text you your actual ads, and I was like, yeah, he's not even
Yeah, we
gonna
popped
use
it.
these.
We popped the cherry.
I still call people on the phone sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah, less and less. I'm answering the phone. I've noticed lately. Like
I
I
got it.
don't like talking to people on the phone anymore. Like
I've noticed.
it's just I don't know. I'd rather just text somebody, message, or
Oh, I mean, I do that too.
Text is
I don't
great.
communicate through social media, and this
Yeah.
is like I worked for an infotainment channel for so long that I got so like skewed the other way. Like I don't want to have anything to do with cult of personality
You're
kind of.
stuck in a thread. You're like,
It's just I've seen so many people like do that and be like,
yeah, what's the whole point?
when I'm having arguments with people
Which is a lot.
online. Yeah, it is. And I just like, dude, I can't text this. Like, I'm this person I actually have to talk to, and I want to do it face to face because
Sure.
it can't. Like,
You can't put tense behind words in a
yeah,
text.
it just like even if you're trying to be sarcastic, it comes out being kind of mean. You know,
Well, you're just
and-
kind of mean.
Yeah, but I watched it by watching you.
Man, man, man.
By watching you,
I watched
cunt.
it by watching. So this is college professor over here.
All right, so hour 22. Wow,
Hour 22, from a guy who didn't think he had much to say.
Oh well, we actually we started late.
we started late. Though,
Oh,
yeah.
that
5 minutes
see,
late.
you had to bring it up. I mean, we could have just
No.
felt like fucking heroes for a minute.
So next week we got the whole band, is what I understand, from Portland, Normie.
Yeah.
Neil Bryan, we actually he was the very first guest that we ever had that threw up during our fucking our
Oh my
show.
god, he
Yeah.
fucking hammered. It's like, don't try to keep up. Don't try. Oh, he's trying to keep up. Shit.
Yeah, he had
Between him and-
one too many nips of whiskey.
Ah.
It's like, oh, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Trash can right next to his
Yeah.
fucking.
we took a couple minutes out just to save face for him, but they're coming back, and that's next week. He was one of the guys excited that you were on the show, and
That's
And,
crazy.
yeah,
No, there's a legacy there.
yeah, like you're definitely a respected drummer, which I
That and
I wish I had
$5 will
that.
get you a cup of coffee.
Hear
if
that,
you're
Bill?
lucky.
That's what
If
Bill
you
said.
don't go to Starbucks, yeah. But I really think Tube Top Shakur was like the winner.
That's a
of
fucking
names.
badass name.
Yeah. White Women's up there, but I realized the other day I was in Hancholo, Tube Top Shakur, and
Lord.
White Women. That Lord was a crazy band. But now the only kind of like, I was like, do I start a band called They Thems?
Oh, man.
What's like the next silly, hateful band name that's funny?
Schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia. I don't know.
Fuck nitwits.
God.
I like some sort of Filipino thing. I don't know.
They're the Mexicans of the sea. You gotta be nice to them.
Jeez, oh my god.
And they got great pork.
Yeah, they do.
Lechon.
I will not argue that.
All right.
Well,
Well, fucking
sit
episode
back, relax.
47.
Grill something.
Let's go
Right.
grill something. Apparently, we're getting hungry here. Three portly gentlemen. All right, come back next week. Don't pay
Fuck you
attention to
cunts.
Gizz.
Cheers.